All right, so we have somebody losing over 100 pounds without Ozempic. Yo, I'm actually big happy about that because here's the thing. We've talked about many of the medical breakthroughs that have been as a result of further study with Ozempic, its off-brand uses in the realm of cancer treatment and dementia. Those are the ones that immediately come to mind. But yeah, I'm never really one for its big, get out of jail free card aspect of, hey, I lost a lot of weight by just, injecting myself instead of instilling good habits. But the extra bit to this headline. So yeah, I lost over 100 pounds without Ozempic and ate more potato chips than I did my whole life. Wait, what? Okay, so that's interesting. How sustainable is this weight loss? But okay. One professional chef managed to lose over 100 pounds. Okay, hey man, good for her. The old-fashioned way, without Ozempic, and while building up her own potato chip business. Oh, okay. Kia Wingfield dropped from 245 to 138. Congratulations, since 2021, simply by changing her diet and taking up 2 key exercises. In that time, she also launched Kia Snacks, a brand specializing in masala spiced potato chips. I'll take your word for it. And she certainly sampled her fair share. I've eaten more potato chips in the last 4 years than I have in my entire life. All right, fair enough. I was born overweight, and she said with a laugh, I always joke that I was a 9-pound baby. I was a pound overweight already. For real, it's been a lifelong struggle. So many people were unhappy with the number on the scale. She tried everything to shed the pounds in her 30-something years. Well, clearly not everything, but anyways. There isn't a diet under the sun that I hadn't tried. Some stuck around a little bit longer, and some would have had some results, but my weight just kind of bounced right back to base. Yeah, because you have poor habits. Anyways, I put on 65 pounds in both of my pregnancies. Well, that's a you problem. It was the heaviest I had ever been, period. Just 5'1". She topped out at 245. Yo, she would have looked like a bowling ball, man. But it wasn't until after her second delivery when tragedy struck. Wingfield's newborn son, oh God, pieced out at 1 month. That's tough. It was a very rough time. Yeah, no doubt. I went down the spiral of doing a lot of damage to my health. Yeah, no doubt. And so, yeah, going back to the weight loss, because honestly, I don't want to hear the sad story. Wingfield wasn't just overweight, she was also diabetic. Okay, so it was in 2021, and GLP drugs like Ozempic were still new, so her doctor didn't offer them to her. I had known about it 100%, I would have taken it. I feel like we all need some kind of help, because this is not just a mental game. This is not a willpower game. Well, yeah, it is. Somebody who is personally lost in on and around 200 pounds. I mean, hey man, whatever. What do I know? I just did it the old-fashioned way. I can definitely tell you it's a discipline and willpower game. But anyways, instead, she started to monitor her blood sugar, and figured out what foods made it spike. She learned that simply taking a walk after eating cut down her insulin spikes. Her eating habits shifted. She's always been a vegetarian. I'm sure you have. Actually, no, this is a pretty common tale for vegetarians, but her diet had been pretty carb-heavy, yes, and lacking in protein. Lots of rice, potatoes, and pasta. Yeah, a lot of calories. Empty, vacuous, fluff calories. People have this perception that if you're vegetarian, you eat a lot of veggies. That's not how it works. Newly dedicated, she focused on eating 1,500 to 1,800 calories a day of healthier foods. Yeah, more complete foods. Morning started with coffee and toast within an hour of waking, followed by eggs and cheese and veggies, and a couple hours later. She snacked too. Her go-tos included nuts, a yogurt, fruit, and popcorn, with a well-balanced home-cooked meal for dinner. Typically 2 ounces of pasta, vegetables, and cheese. So she's not that type of no animal products of vegetarian, but yeah, I guess just the no meat vegetarian. Though she wasn't inactive before, she has taken up weightlifting and boxing, the former solving her insulin spikes with more muscle, and the latter boosting her mental health. Well, yeah, exactly, because you do something to replace the bad habits, and guess what? They won't just come sneaking back on you. And so, yeah, the rest of the article is just her going, oh, yeah, they're cool, and then I just use it to, transition off to making my own potato chips. And it's like, okay, cool, I guess that's the grift for people out there now. Instead of, those old white bag coffees that everybody has their own coffee brand, now everybody's doing potato chips. All right, cool, man. If you're making a better, healthier alternative that is more sustainable and quote-unquote healthier than the other brands that are out there, I'm all for it. But at the same time, I'll just say, good for you on losing 100 pounds. Really do legitimately hope it stays off, and I hope that somebody can learn something from your example. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.